Welcome back to Fast Money. Time for our chart of the week. It is KWEB up more than 8% today, almost 20% since Monday. The China Internet ETF rallying amid reports that the country is planning to ease its zero COVID policies. FXI, the China large cap ETF, also jumping 7.5% today. You've been in FXI, so what'd you do today?
I hadn't been in it in a long time, and when we thought that capitulation we saw was 2 weeks ago or so, I looked at the December expiration. This is a little OA, a little preview. I bought the December 22 calls when it was 21 and a half, and today it's about a double here, so I took those off. But I think Guy has had this call nailed here. BABA is one way to do it, so I think there's probably more room to the upside. This was just the first leg.
What do you make of this?
Well, I think the reversal in the KWEB is a function of way oversold conditions. If you think about what we went through over the last couple of weeks around not just the China lockdowns, but really some of the pressure again around BABA and Tencent. I think these have been great trading ranges. Dan's playing it as a trader, and I think you have to define your risk because we don't know what China is going to do in terms of these tech companies. But certainly the less COVID zero tolerance policy is something that's had all of emerging markets rallying because China is 40%. So I've been preferring to play it across the EEM, and in fact I was doing it through levered, an EDC, which is a levered 3 times emerging, because I just think we got to such oversold dynamics that it was worth trading.
3 times EM.
Hold your breath.
It's 3 times EEM.
It's 3 times EEM. And you
deep end of the pool here.
Dance by the door on these things. I hate 3 times as a holding vehicle, but as a trading vehicle, they can be very effective.
Yeah, it's amazing what can light this group on fire. These are internet rumors that circulate around, and apparently the Ministry of Health in China is supposed to be holding a news conference tomorrow on COVID and COVID policy. So who knows what Monday brings, Jeff Mills. But is this tempting to you in any way, just even as a trade?
Well, we have the Fed pivot. Now we have the COVID pivot relative to China. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I think when something's as oversold as it was, to Tim's point, it's very likely to see some of these major bounces. I went back and looked. You've had 5 or 6 rallies over the last 12 months that are 20% or more. So right now you're coming off about a 50% sell-off. You're about 50% below the 200-day moving average. So I need to see more to think that this is anything more than a trade, because I think certainly structurally there are issues in China that need to be considered.
If you were to trade this, what would you do, Guy? Would it involve a 3 times levered ETF?
Spicy. Listen, that is the deep end of the pool, as you said.
I mean,
I'll
he is the
leave that for
ambassador,
Tim.
so yeah.
He's the ambassador, OUR. No, listen, go back to October 24th. We said it on the show that night. That was your capitulation. Jeff's just said it. We've seen a number of peak, trough to peak moves of 25 to 50% in these names, and I think we're on the cusp of another one right now based on that move on October 24th.